Hi everyone, how are you? This morning I am going to start my day by prettying up the letter that I've written for my mom because I want to be prepared for any opportunity that comes that I can begin this conversation with her. As usual, you will hear Kyra in the background because she's playing in her room while I am doing this short video. Anyway, so this morning I woke up and I am making it my task to pull up my letter from my mom on my computer because I have had it on my iPad and pretty it up and get it in a nice format so that when the opportunity arises, I can go ahead and begin this conversation with my mom. Because the way it looks right now, it's like just crappy. So I want to make it look nice so that way when I do have this conversation with her, everything is, in order. So that is my task for this morning. The other thing I wanted to mention is that I was thinking about this whole situation and all the videos I've made, and it seems as though I'm never going to present or even get to the conversation with my mom. And I know I resist. I resist. Trying to determine what it is God wants me to do and make sure I'm in the right mindset to do stuff, because even just the other day, I may have mentioned this already, but I had already been in the mindset where I'm like, okay, I'm going to, work on changing my heart towards my mom so that I could show love the way I live, the way I behave, and respond to her with love. And I'm telling you, just the other day, but I also said, this is what I said, I wouldn't know if my heart has really taken on this change that my mind is ready to do until I'm really around her. So the other day she came to pick up Kyra and I was walking outside to the car. It was kind of it was rainy. It looked rainy outside, but I didn't know it was raining because I was in my house. It wasn't until I started walking out to the car that I realized, oh, it's drizzling out here. And then it's also kind of cold. So I didn't think the coat I had on Kyra was good enough, warm enough for her. So I was thinking to myself, should I go back and change her coat as I'm walking to my mom's car? And then my mom yells out the window, "Put a hat on her!" So let's just say all that forgiveness and happiness and all that heart change and love stuff, it went out the window real quick, you guys, real quick. I was just instantly aggravated, and I responded with, "Okay," and I just turned my butt around, turned the baby around, and we went just storming back in the house. I was so aggravated. Because I'm like, will this woman ever trust my judgment? I'm already, Kyra she's now 2. I mean, I haven't had a time in her whole 2 years now where I needed my mom to tell me to put a hat on this girl. And she's made it out just fine, So it's just like, I was already considering that, so I really don't need you with your little attitude yelling out the window, like, to put a hat on this girl. So that just made me so upset. So I was just like, when I got back in the house. I was like, oh, man, I already messed up. I already did not respond the way I should have and had in my mind to respond. It's like I totally forget this mission I'm on when I'm in the moment. And I just thought about how many times this has happened, because this isn't the first time that I'm like, all right, LaTonya, I'm gonna go to my mom's, I'm gonna be loving, and no matter what happens, I'm just gonna stick to the plan and just show love. And that's what happens. She just presses that button and then blah, everything goes out the window. So I was just thinking, God, I think I need more time before I even move forward with this letter, because I don't want to continue responding that way. And I began to think about, why do I even bother? Why do I even want a relationship with my mom? Why do I even want to put myself in this situation? And when I really thought about it, as much as she gets on my nerves, I just realized the honest truth. And that is that I just love my mom that much. All this that I'm dealing with is because I love my mom that much. I love her that much that whatever she says about me hurts me. I love her that much that whenever I try to do something for her that I wish she would appreciate and she doesn't show any sign of appreciation, it hurts. I just want her love. I want her to love me, and because I love her that much. I was just thinking about this, and I was thinking about the fact that if I could, I would do anything for my mom. I would do anything. I don't know if I'd die for her, but I would probably put myself in that position if I had to for her. I just love her that much. And that's all this is about. And I honestly, obviously, I had to go back to my letter and I added that in. I just started with that because at the end all be all of all this is, I'm going through all this because as much as she gets on my nerves and I can't stand her, I'm dying. I'm dying to know her. I'm dying to feel loved by her. I'm dying to know that I'm not a failure to her. I just love her that much. I couldn't even believe it when I was thinking about it. Why am I putting myself through this? Why am I going day to day trying to figure me out, and realizing all these signs of unforgiveness and how it's affecting me? And I just realized it's because I love my mom that much. So I'm moving forward. Today I'm writing the letter. I'm making it ready to go. So that way, if I'm on a phone call with her, I can just feel ready to have the conversation. Or if I am at the house and, God has set the atmosphere and the opportunity for me to share this with my mom, I'm going to. And now I know what I want to say. And that's just simply, Mom, do you know how much I love you? And does she know how much I love her? Maybe she doesn't know. Because of all these years of just, I don't want to say hate relationship, but distant relationship between us. So here I go, you guys. That's it. That's all I'm going to say today. Hopefully the next time you hear from me, I would have written my letter in a nice format, have it printed out, so that way I can share with you what's on my mind. All right, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll keep you posted. Bye-bye. Hi, you guys. I'm not really going to be looking at the phone because I'm driving, but I wanted to do this video because I just dropped off my daughter with my mom, and I already told you I've got my letter ready to go, and I keep avoiding the situation. I don't know what's wrong with me. Finally, I just said, you know what? Do I really believe that God is greater than me, than he that is in the world? Or do my actions really show that fear is actually what is greater in me? I just said to myself, Latonia, I'm never going to think ever any time is the best time, because I am approaching this with fear. And I got to just basically face it. Face the fear. So I decided today's the day. And I went to my mom's house. She seemed like she was in a good mood, and before I went, I prayed and I asked God, please let this experience or opportunity be one where my mom seems like she's in a receiving mindset. She's not in a bad mood. She's just kind of nice, calm. Nothing really gonna stand in my way from telling her what I want to say. So because she was in such a good mood, it made me feel like, okay, now's the time. And although even in the moment I hesitated, I can't even see the light, wow. I hesitated, I basically faced my fear and said, Mom, I love you. I want to tell you that today. And I asked her, does she know I love her? I gave her a hug, and she said, yes, I know you love me. I know you guys all love me. And I just told her, well, I don't always show it. And that's pretty much all we said. She was pretty much was like, I know that you guys love me. So that was the first step. The fact that she kept saying, I know you guys love me, it's kind of like, that really didn't tell me that she knows that how much I love her. Not anybody else. Me. Just me. It's about me and her right now. So as I was leaving, I told her, Mom, I wrote this letter for you. Read it when you have a chance later on in your free time. It's my love letter to you. I want you to know how much I love you. And that's pretty much all that we said, because it was probably awkward for her. So that was pretty much it. But I had to just share it with you, and now I'm driving home, and I'm just kind of like, God, I placed it in your hand, and just like I had to overcome the faith, I have to know that God is real and God is taking care of the situation, and not have doubt, not say, oh God, it's in your hands now. I just have to know God is going to do what he is going to do. I can't be swaying. I can't doubt that God is who he says he is, and I have to know that he's going to do what he said he's going to do, and believe it and have faith. So my faith, my job is to have faith and to forgive, and I have to trust and believe God's going to do the rest. So just had to share that with you guys. I'll keep you updated. All right? I think that's all I had to say. But just wanted to let you know my thoughts in the moment. And yeah. All right. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey, you guys. I am back home. And I have one earring on. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? All right. All better. Yes. So I'm back home, and I just wanted to share something else that I did not share while I was in the car. And that is that, God is so good, and I just have to give him the praise. Thank you, Lord, for the victory, because, before I felt in my heart that it was time to stay committed to the letter. Stay committed to what I told God I was going to do with this forgiveness, and just get into that place where my mom and I have a wonderful relationship that's not based on anger and resentment and unforgiveness. I had written in my journal that, in my prayer journal, I had written a prayer asking God that when the time comes that I give this letter to my mom, that she'd be in a good mood. Her heart would be in a place where she'd be open to receiving what I had to say from my heart to her. And I also had said that when I go to see her, I want it to just be me and her. I I don't want my sister to be there. I really didn't want anybody to be there. And if anybody was there, I'd only want my daughter and my younger brother, because they're just kids, so they they wouldn't be able to interject into what I'm trying to say with my mom, and they pretty much mind their own business. So when I was at the house today, I'm just thinking of it, how everything worked out. It was peaceful. I didn't feel any anger in my heart. I just wanted to show and tell my mom how much I loved her. And I did. And the atmosphere was nice. My mom was just enjoying Kyra, playing outside with her and taking care of her. It makes her happy to be with Kyra. And my brother was there, but he was, minding his own business. He was getting ready to just, do his own thing. He wanted to go bike riding and play basketball and all that stuff. So he was outside doing his own thing, and it just gave me the opportunity to just be alone with my mom, have a moment alone with my mom while Kyra was just playing around us. And she was in a talking mood. Like, I wish we had more times like this. I really do. When she's not uptight and angry. So I just thank God for the victory on just being able to feel led and comfortable with telling my mom that I love her and being able to leave this letter with her. And I just pray, or I'm not going to say I just pray, because that's almost like I just hope, God, that everything works out. I don't want to think that way. I just want to get into the mindset that, the best is yet to come and that I have the victory. I thank God for the victory. He said we had it, so I'm claiming it. I'm claiming victory over this situation, and I just had to share that with you guys on just how I asked God, please, if it's the time, this is how I'd like it to be. I'd like my mom to be in a receiving mood. I wanted to be in a atmosphere where I could just share with her without my sister sitting in and listening, or my dad, or anybody there to make me feel uncomfortable with saying I love you to my mom. Because I don't know if I shared this with you guys before, but I didn't grow up in a household where we showed our emotions and we weren't saying I love you all the time and blah blah blah. So I just wanted it to be a moment for me and my mom. And then I know, it's actually funny to think about, but I know once my mom and I start talking and we're getting along and seeing each other and spending more time with each other, I know my dad, my husband, my sister, my brother, and even Kyra, she's young but she's smart. I know they're gonna start wondering what the heck's going on with us. I know their hearts are gonna be happy too, because of me and my mom's relationship. I know it makes everybody else, the little tension, there's like the unspoken tension around, because we always have tension between us. So if that is released and they start seeing the love between us, I know it's only going to make all of us feel more happier around each other. So just wanted to share that little extra blurb with you guys, to just give God the praise and thank Him for the victory. All right, well, as always, I'll keep you posted. And don't forget to share your comments. Bye.